This week in country music history, we're remembering the Possum's wild ride. From the highs of White Lightning to the soul-crushing depths of the Grand Tour, George Jones lived every word he sang, and we're still feeling the impact today. Welcome to CMA's This Week in Country Music History. April 26, 2013, the news broke that George Jones, known as the Possum, had passed away at the age of 81. He had been hospitalized 8 days earlier, forcing the cancellation of the final dates of his farewell tour. For more than 60 years, George was the gold standard. Frank Sinatra once called him the second best singer in America, and generations of artists in Nashville consider him the greatest country vocalist of all time. Take his masterpiece, He Stopped Loving Her Today. It was released on April 14, 1980. When you hear that opening fiddle, you're not just listening to a song. You're stepping into a room full of heartbreak. George represented the rawest emotional era of country music, a time when the pain in the voice was real because the pain in life was real. He Stopped Loving Her Today is widely considered the greatest country song of all time. But get this, when George first heard it, he hated it. He thought it was too morbid, too long. It allegedly took more than a year to finish recording. Producer Billy Sherrill sometimes had to wait for George to be sober enough to complete the famous spoken lines at the end. That one song didn't just hit number one. It won CMA Song of the Year 2 years in a row, in 1980 and 1981.
Thank you very much. We love country music. It's about time we got back to America.
George later joked that a 4-decade career was saved by a 3-minute song. The real beauty of George Jones' story isn't the no-show years, it's the comeback. With the help of his wife, Nancy, George finally found lasting sobriety. His final concert in Knoxville on April 6, 2013 ended the only way it could, standing ovations. Later that year, Nashville honored him with a massive all-star tribute show that he helped plan. George once told Nancy that he would see it from heaven. The concert, titled Playing Possum, the final no-show, took place at Nashville's Bridgestone Arena on November 22, 2013. When George passed away, his wife Nancy was by his side. She later shared that his final words were simple and haunting. Well, hello there. I've been looking for you. My name's George Jones. His funeral at the Grand Ole Opry House became one of the most emotional moments Nashville has ever witnessed. During the ceremony, Vince Gill tried to sing "Go Rest High on That Mountain," but emotion overtook him and he broke down mid-song. Patty Loveless stepped in to help him finish. When George Jones passed, it felt like the closing of a chapter on the old Nashville. He was the bridge between the honky-tonk era of Hank Williams and the arena stars of today. On that day 13 years ago, the genre lost one of its guiding lights, but he left behind a blueprint for every singer who has ever tried to turn heartbreak into music. George Jones once sang, "I don't need no rocking chair," and he proved it. A consummate entertainer that lived a fast life and found peace in the end. New stories from one moment to the next. That's This Week in Country Music History. Be sure you're following CMA because next week we revisit the moment an outlaw became an icon of the human heart.